guys, I'm back. So I actually just filmed my Glitterature for Cruel Beauty. I just turned off the camera and turned it back on. And I wasn't planning on doing a second Glitterature tonight, but I kind of had a lot of fun filming that one, and I thought, I don't know, I'm not doing anything else tonight, I might as well film another one. And this is the second to last book that I read. So I read Cruel Beauty, and then this one I read right before that one. And it is called The Program. This is what the cover looks like. I miss my Glitteratures where I can like hold the book. It gives me something for my hands to do, so I'm not doing this the whole video, which is what I was doing in the last video, which is really weird. I don't know where that came from. It's like I don't have anything to do with my hands, so I want to press them together. And I was talking about demons, so maybe that was subconscious, who knows. So this book is a little bit more confusing to me than Cruel Beauty. That one was a very like a little book in a nutshell, and it all like wrapped up in a pretty little bow at the end. And this one left with a huge cliffhanger that I don't quite understand. So I'm actually hoping maybe if any of you guys have read it, you can give me a little bit of insight. I don't know if I missed something or if it's meant to be that confusing and like you're supposed to be confused so that you want to read the sequel. That might be it. So this is a dystopian book. It is called The Program by Susanne Young. This is about a world where suicide becomes so prevalent in the teenager demographic that they are on suicide watch 24/7 on all teenagers, and 1 in 4 teenagers commit suicide. I think that number is correct. It's something like really crazy. And so they have this thing called The Program, and they put you in it if they think you are suicidal so that you don't kill yourself. But a lot of teenagers are so scared to go into the program that they become suicidal because they're scared of being in the program, and because there's so much pressure on teenagers, like they're watched 24/7. They're not allowed to go through the emotions that all teenagers go through, like sadness and being unsure of who you are, the things that make a teenager in a way. They're not allowed to feel any of that, and if they show any signs of sadness, it is considered depression, and depression is what causes the suicide. The way it's explained in the book is that antidepressants became so prevalent in the world that the body started building up not an immunity, I guess an immunity to it. And it made depression so much more common, and pretty much everyone gets depressed now in this world, but it hits the teenagers the most, and they commit suicide, and everyone's committing suicide, and everyone's dying, and no one knows how to stop it. And the worst part is, it's like this really vicious cycle, because say your best friend or your boyfriend commits suicide, or your brother, your sibling, your sister. Well, then obviously you're gonna get sad because someone close to you just committed suicide, and when you get sad, then you get put in the program, or you get depressed, and if you get depressed, you become suicidal in this world. So it's like a really terrible cycle where pretty much every teenager is super sad and super scared of being put in the program because the program is awful. So this book follows a girl named Sloane who has a series of very, very tragic things happen to her. Of course she's gonna be depressed, goodness gracious. Long story short, she ends up in the program, which isn't much of a surprise considering the book is called The Program, which is pretty much like an inpatient treatment. It's in a hospital, and it's kind of like a cross between a hospital and prison because you're not allowed to leave, and it's kind of like an insane asylum, honestly. It's very, very strict. You're made to go to a lot of therapy, you're made to take a lot of medicines. And what they do in the program is they erase all of your memories of anything associated with sadness in your entire brain. So that's why people are so scared of it, because when they come out on the other side, when they're done with the program, they are not the same person. They don't remember anything of the things that were important to them. Yes, they were sad, but if you had a brother that died, would you want to forget your brother? No, you wouldn't. Like, you would not choose to give up the sadness in exchange for giving up all your memories of him. You know what I mean? So, and like, for instance, if it was your boyfriend who committed suicide, they would erase all of your memories of him. You would never even have known that you had a relationship. What if you were in love? It just, I don't know. It's hard because on one hand, it's like, well, if it saves your life, is it worth it? But a lot of these people don't think so. Sloane gets taken into the program and she fights it. She's very feisty. She does not want her memories taken, and she does everything in her power to save some of her memories, including getting her hands on a little tiny pill that is she's promised that she can keep one memory. And the memory she picks is that on the night that she's about to be taken to the program, she sticks a picture of her boyfriend under her mattress and a little ring he gave her, and she decides to save the memory of her putting those things under her mattress in the hopes that when she gets out of the program, she'll remember that and she'll go look under the mattress and she'll find these things, including a picture of her and her boyfriend, and she'll remember her boyfriend because she knows that they're gonna erase all memories of her boyfriend. And so she gets out of the program, which the program is like a huge chunk of the book, and she meets this character in the program named Realm, and Realm has something to do with the ending that's really confusing for me. So she gets out of the program and she finds the ring and the picture, and she remembers her boyfriend James, and she kind of reestablishes a relationship with him. But what's interesting is before she finds it, she already has an attraction to him again, and it kind of begs the question, like, even if you don't have any memories of someone, does something in your soul remember them, even if your brain doesn't remember them? So I thought that was really interesting, and I have a hair that's like in my eyelash and I can like see it. So yeah, she remembers him, she reestablishes a relationship, and then at the end of the book she decides to run away. And the part of the book that is really confusing for me is, well, there's two things. I have two questions that are kind of confusing. One is, I'm not positive that the rest of the world agrees with the United States, because there is something that's said about how Europe is starting to implement the program, but it's like their version of the program, but the other countries are a bit unsure of the US's response to this overwhelming suicidal rate, because the suicide rate is across the world, so it's happening in other countries too. It's not just a United States thing, but the US has approached it with this program, and it's really harsh, and adults like don't understand, because a lot of people don't know that they're erasing your memories. That's like a rumor, but then it turns out when she goes to the program, that is what they do. So they have a reason to be scared of it. The end of the book though confuses me, because there's like a part where Realm is like back at another program, and he's going through the motions that he went through when Sloane first met him in the program with another girl, and he calls her Sloane, but her name is Allie. I have no idea about that scene. I'm assuming, well, I know it's a setup for the second book. Like, that's what they're doing there, because I think it was the epilogue. Like, the book finishes and she's running away. Yeah, epilogue 2 weeks later. It's just a couple pages long, and then it's over, and I have no idea. Did I miss something? Or, I mean, because I know like Realm is a patient in the program, and I know that it's a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say it, but I know there's like something going on with him. Like, I know that it's not all that meets the eyes with him, but I still don't understand the connection to the end. If you guys have any insight on that, maybe leave me a comment below, because I'm definitely gonna read the sequel. I don't know when it comes out, but it's just I was left a little confused, and not really in like a super nice cliffhanger confusion, but more in a bewildered confusion. Like, I feel like something didn't quite add up enough for me to like completely know what was going on. You know, a lot of times cliffhangers are cliffhangers for a reason, because they leave you on a cliff and you don't know what's going on, but you know what's going on, you just want to know what comes next. This one wasn't like that. This one just completely confused me. I felt like my memories had been erased of reading the book. Talk about bringing it full circle, huh? So yeah, I recommend the book. I enjoyed it. I will be reading the sequel when it comes out, whenever it comes out. If there's a sequel, I'm assuming there is. Now we're back in real time, and I want to know what books you guys recommend, because I am in desperate need of some new ones. I went on Audible and I kind of looked around, and I saw that the 5th Bloodlines book came out, and realized I hadn't even read the 4th one yet, which is this one. It's called The Fiery Heart. So I decided to go ahead and download this one to give a listen to, and then I'll do the 5th one too. But I just want some more recommendations. I tried to look online and I really couldn't find very many that I was interested in. So if you guys could leave me a comment below with the best book that you've read recently, or one that you want me to review, that would be amazing. And also, I wanted to tell you guys that I saw that Beneath the Glitter is available on Audible. So if you haven't read it and you want to, or if you want to read it for free, you can use audible.com/hey, which I will put in the information box, and you can give it a listen to for free. So Beneath the Glitter is definitely one that I recommend, but also any of these books and anything that I've done at Glitterature. And I need recommendations, so leave me a comment below and I'll do more Glitteratures for you guys. Okay, I love you, bye. Yeah, I recommend it if you guys like dystopian books and if a book about teenage depression and suicide interests you. Don't listen to that. That did not make this book sound good at all. And this book's pretty good, if that sounds good to you. So yeah, read it. Let me know what you think. All right, bye.